2018 Ford F-150, the owner says that the brakes are seizing up and getting really hot. Initially, the owner thought he was just going to have to replace the hose, and the reason why, he just had the hubs replaced under warranty, and he figured when they took the calipers off to do the hubs, they may have just hung them on the hoses and damaged the hoses. So he picked up some hoses, but we're gonna go ahead and just check everything to make sure that that is really the only thing he needs. So the first thing I like to do is get the calipers compressed. Now you can see this one's moving pretty easy. I actually already did it. But when I started to compress the bottom one, I noticed it was tighter. When I did the top one, it would push in really quite easy compared to the bottom. And so I automatically think that there's a little bit of something going on in our caliper. All right, for the factory bolts, it is a 13 mil. We're just gonna loosen the top one and we're gonna pull the bottom one. Now this truck should be able to just tilt these all the way up and over. But one thing I noticed is it binds really hard on that hose. So we're actually going to go ahead and take out our 10 mil first. That's just gonna give our hose just a little bit more space so it can travel a little bit easier. All right, I have just a nice little piece of aluminum wire. We'll tilt this up just to kind of get it back out of our way so it doesn't keep dropping on us while we're working on it. So right away, I like to check the pads. Now these pads are moving no problem. This back one though, that is completely seized up. That back shoe, you can see it is just tight in there. So I'm just gonna take my, that should not be that tight. That's no good. Next thing to do is check our pins. So there is our lower pin. I can just barely move that pin either direction. Now the upper one, let's go ahead and take the caliper right off and check this upper one. Okay, see how much easier that one moves? That's how they should move. Actually, even, oh yeah, look at that. That is pretty nasty grease. So our pins down here on the bottom are seized up. We also have a caliper that the piston is not moving easily, and we have the potential for this hose to be bad. So talked with the owner about it, and he went ahead and decided to get new pads, new mounts with the new pins, and new calipers. That way everything was new. It's a nice truck. He likes it to be nice, and I don't blame him. So good choice. So we're gonna go ahead and zip some of this old stuff off. We're gonna get the caliper and just hang it up there for now because we don't wanna lose a bunch of fluid. So let's just jump right in. All right, to remove our bracket, we're going to use a 21 mil. And these are stiff. They take 184 pounds of torque when we put these back on. Whew. Very tight. So these got to go back in the box because there is a core on them. All right, time for my big torque wrench. All right, that is done. Next thing we're gonna do is just put in our new brake hardware, and that should go in from the back and snap down tight. All right, one thing you'll notice when you get these new brackets is the pins come with a little bit of grease on them. I personally am not a big fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this, it's CRC brake and caliper grease just to make them a little bit better, because we tend to have a lot of problems with pins, slide pins up here. So we'll go ahead and wipe some of that extra grease off. Now that I'm done with the grease portion, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these gloves because I don't want to contaminate anything with grease. All right, here is our new brake pads. And basically they should just fit in here real nice without much effort. And those actually fit really nice. So you can kind of see how much better those fit. They can still move around a little bit. They're not all seized up. So next we're gonna throw the caliper on, and then we'll go taking off the old one. I've already been lubing my brake line to the hose, so hopefully that's gonna come apart good for us. I did just dab a little bit of grease on all the contact points where they're gonna touch our pads. So we'll just go ahead and stick these on. So I think it was a 13 to take them off, but the new bolts are different. So the new bolts are 14. And I always just like to make sure that the flats are lined up this way. There is our nice new hose. It does have a solid piece on it instead of the little ribbed ones like you can see right here, but it is still the same hose. And the only other thing to watch is this little guy has to be in the caliper. Hopefully you can see right here, there is a spot for that to go. So just make sure you got your crush washers on. It's okay to start this anywhere, but once you kind of get it started, then you're going to want to get it into that little pocket. All right, before we put our new bracket in, you can see right here's another spot. So we got to disconnect our lines that go down to our auto hub. So we'll get that disconnected and then we can pop that in. Also, just go ahead and pop out the ABS wire. There we go. So that's going to be out of our way too. So if we take our needle nose, we should just be able to kind of squeeze that together. There we go. That popped it right out the back. Now this line is kind of loose and free. So we're going to move that whole thing right out of our way. So there we go. We got our caliper kind of hanging out of the way. Now we can put our line, our new line, right back in. All right, our hose has also got this little nub. It goes into a hole as well. So just make sure you get that. So you can see there our ABS is hooked up to our new line, and our hub lines are back into that bracket. So now this one is just out of the way. Now comes the hard part. So that is kind of interesting. The factory brake line is not in the nice little clip. So I'm wondering when they did the hub, if they popped it out accidentally. We're just going to use that to hold our line down out of the way. So our line for our hubs had popped off the bracket here, which is good. That gives us a little more room in here. We want to swivel this clip around the other way so that we can pull it out easy. But first we're going to give this one more spray. And I have a wire brush at the ready. As soon as I get a few threads showing, I'll go ahead and hit that. All right, I'm going to be working around you guys. And this one is a 13 mil. Here we go. Now you can see how that line is moving. So we want to kind of stabilize that line and just do this thing a little at a time, because these have a tendency to get stuck and then you'll just twist your line right off. So if you just do a little at a time, there we go, and then go back and forth and back and forth, you shouldn't have trouble, at least on a truck this new. Oop, I did forget to get this turned. I'm going to go ahead and do that now since I got it quite a ways out. It's not leaking yet. try our gasket scraper, see if we can get it. There we go. Got it moving good now. That's gonna pop out real easy now just by grabbing it with our pliers. Okay, that's it. It's free. Old hose is out. You want to get that clip back on it so you can turn this thing easier. There we go. Clips back in. Let's see if we can get it started. Okay, I think I have it. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I did when I took it off. Slowly work it in. Okay. Look at that, our line clipped right back in where it should be. We are all hooked up. Let's go ahead and get everything out of the way. We'll blast it with some brake parts cleaner, check for leaks. One thing you're going to want to make sure is you top off the master cylinder. I'm actually filling it up just a little bit higher than it should be. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the cap off. But I'm going to put the cap somewhere where it's a little easier to see. All right, we're going to pull our bleeder cap and put that someplace where you will not forget to put it back on. And then I have my little bleeder bottle, which basically we are just going to stick on here. And then we're going to hang it up a little bit higher so that our fluid has to travel up and over. Let me show you. So our fluid's going to travel up and over and in. And we'll go ahead and get this line open. See if we got any fluid. It's going to take a little bit. Well, you can see that it's already dripping. And right now I don't see any air. We're going to shut it off for a minute. Go over to the other side. So to move this thing around, just take it, put it lower than your bleeder. Get you back here. So drop this down a little bit lower. As soon as you break that seal, all your brake fluid's gonna run. If you hold the hose up, all the brake fluid's gonna run right into your container. One thing that really bothers me about parts rebuilders. So on the other side, the bleeder is a 10 mil. On this side, it's a 3/8. So that is just kind of an annoying thing. But there we go. We'll bust it open. Get you in here so you can see what's happening. So there is our brake fluid cruising down the line. You can definitely see a little air bubble right there. So we're just going to let this run for a little bit. There we go, there's another one. A couple more. Since we got plenty of brake fluid in the master cylinder, we'll definitely drain it down a little ways. One side at a time. We got a good solid stream. Let's go back over to the other side. Let's see if we get any more air on this side. Oh yeah, look at those bubbles. All right, this truck takes .4, and so I went ahead and purged everything that I had in my pressure bleeder. We're gonna go ahead and hook that up now and just double check that we got all the air out. This is pretty much the exact same procedure, only now I have that power bleeder hooked to it. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Just see if we get any. Oh yeah, there's some bubbles. May have opened that a little too much. Back it down, there you go. You can kind of see them moving through the line. There's some more. We are just gonna keep on going till we don't see any more. You see right there. Got a nice solid stream of fluid going in. And so far, no more bubbles. I don't know if that made it better or worse. Ooh, there it goes. So again, you can just kind of see through my dirty old bottle that we got good flow going in there. I do not see any bubbles. So we'll go ahead and call that pretty good. All right, it's off the lift. Everything's clear. Let's take it for a drive, see how it does. All right, we got it up to 60. Seems to stop nice and smooth. Run it around a little bit, make sure everything's good. All right, guys, I think this one's done. We'll get it out of the shop. Got more projects coming. Thanks for watching.